Want to know why your team needs to do rondos and want to know how to coach them? Then stick around. Hey, I'm Dylan Joseph, soccer trainer and #1 best-selling Amazon author. To increase your team's skills, to overcome average performances, and to boost their soccer self-esteem, then make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. Stick around to learn what legendary soccer player and coach love to use rondos with his team. As a coach, you know there's hundreds of things that you can actually focus on within practice, but the trick is to use the 80-20 rule, the 80-20 principle, to determine the best things that will give you the most bang for your buck and the most value for those few precious hours that you have every single season in order to practice with your team. Specifically, the Pareto Principle, that 80-20 principle, states that 20% of the things that you work on actually produce 80% of the results for your soccer team. Excitingly, this game can be played with as little as 3 players all the way up to as many players as you could possibly put on the field. A rondo is a game similar to that of keep away, where one team must maintain possession and pass the ball around the opposing team. Excitingly, this game can be played with as little as 3 players all the way up to as many players as you could possibly put on the field. Rondos teach your team how to work together, pass in tight spaces, avoid holding on to the ball too long, and how to make decisions quickly. The following are some important recommendations when using the rondo. Fewer players are often better. Have multiple groups of rondos going at once so more players are in possession of the ball and simultaneously improving their skills. An 11v11 rondo will not help your players as much as a 6v3 rondo will. Create a small area for the rondo to take place in. The key target with a rondo is to make your team more comfortable playing the ball when they are pressured and decreasing their time needed to make a decision. Make the rondo age specific. Having a super complex rondo or one where the players must play one touch will not be very helpful for a team of 7-year-olds. Conversely, allowing many touches in a huge space will not make high school soccer players much better.
An example rondo. 15 by 15 yard box, 6 players on the outside and 3 players on the inside. When the players in the middle obtain possession of the ball, the person who made the mistake and the player to their right and left enter the inside of the square, and the 3 players on the inside of the square join the outside.
Rondo coaching tips. So one thing you can do is actually decrease the amount of space in which the players have to pass. Otherwise, you can decrease the amount of touches that they have to either 2-touch or 1-touch to work on their passing and receiving abilities. To work with your team on both transitioning from defense to offense and offense to defense, you can first, with the rondos, allow them to actually just walk. If they get possession or lose possession, they just walk to their next spot and then the game starts. But then you can switch it to where as soon as the possession is lost, they immediately have to go into the middle, the players that need to go in, and the players in the middle immediately come outside and start playing the pass. So there's no downtime to work on that skill. Immediately transitioning when possession changes makes it so that the players will have to be aware of their transitional mindset of going from we just had the ball to now we don't have the ball, what should I be doing? Work on creating triangle shapes and teach your players how to move so that anytime a person that has the ball, there's always 2 people available for them to potentially pass to. The rondo is a must for every coach, and it actually acts as a great warm-up before games. And rondos are used by a ton of powerhouse clubs such as Liverpool, Barcelona, Man City, Ajax, Bayern Munich. Even the Dutch player and former player and coach of Barcelona, Johan Cruyff, said, "Everything that goes on in a match, except shooting, you can do in a rondo. The competitive aspect, fighting to make space, what to do when in possession and what to do when you have not got the ball, how to play one-touch soccer, how to counteract tight marking, and how to win the ball back." For more ideas on how to better coach your soccer team, consider grabbing Soccer Coaching using the link in the description below. So subscribe to avoid missing the next weekly video on how to coach a deliberate practice. And click here for the video on the top 10 non-technical topics every coach should teach.